Hey y'all, it's Dr. Know-It-All. So I already did an episode today that was roughly based on Twitter. It's Elon's idea for an X app of some variety. If you're interested, I'll put a link to that at the end of this video. But you know, Elon being Elon, it's never enough to just have one thing happen in a day. He actually put out this letter apparently in the middle of the night last night. So this is Wednesday the 16th at 4:07. This came out about an hour ago, my time, and Elon would have written it somewhere around 12 or 15 hours ago. So this basic idea, and you'll see why the timing is important here. Anyway, let's go ahead and read this. This is to the Twitter employees, all of them, and it's entitled A Fork in the Road, which is interesting considering that he's got that statue that he commissioned of the fork in the road. Anyway, going forward, to build a breakthrough Twitter 2.0 and succeed in an increasingly competitive world, we will need to be extremely hardcore. This will mean working long hours at high intensity. Only exceptional performance will constitute a passing grade. Interesting that he puts it in academic terms there. Twitter will also be much more engineering driven. Design and product management will still be very important and report to me, but those writing great code will constitute the majority of our team and have the greatest sway. At its heart, Twitter is a software and servers company, so I think this makes sense. If you are sure that you want to be part of the new Twitter, please click yes on the link below. Obviously, there's a link, which is not included here. Anyone who has not clicked on this link by 5 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, Thursday, so that would be just about 25 hours from now as I'm recording this, will receive 3 months of severance. Whatever decision you make, thank you for your efforts to make Twitter successful, Elon. So yeah, that's a pretty intense statement there. So it's a kind of rallying the troops statement, but it's also a separating the wheat from the chaff kind of statement. I think we're doing both at the same time. Number one, Elon is saying if you were comfortable with just kind of chilling and not doing all that much work before at Twitter, you might want to find yourself another job. Go look elsewhere. But on the other hand, if you want to work intense long hours, and especially if you're an engineer and you really love coding and you want to try to make the world a better place, Twitter is the place for you. So I think, we had a round of firing from Elon's part. Now we're doing a sort of culling, a voluntary culling. So who knows? I mean, as much as 40 or 50% of the company that's left could decide to leave at this point also. So that is quite possible. And then what will happen is that I'm sure they will start to hire back out again to fill in whatever ranks they need. So clearly they're in a, get rid of things mode. I believe Twitter was at 7,500 employees, I believe was what it was prior to the takeover. And it's like half of that right now. So, we could be down to Twitter having 1,500, 2,000 employees, something in this range by the end of this whole process. So that's rather interesting. Also, of course, is the design and product management will be important, but we're talking engineering here. So he really, really wants to hear from engineers. And that actually leads to the next thing that was interesting, which was that, let's see if we can get, I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. Is that George Hotz, responding to Elon Musk's Fork in the Road post, somebody posted this about that. This is a CNN article. Anyway, he said, this is the attitude that builds incredible things. Let all the people who don't desire greatness leave. If you don't know George Hotz, he is a serial entrepreneur, incredibly bright coder, and worked on Comma AI most recently. He has actually recently left Comma AI, so he's kind of in a spot where he could actually contribute to Tesla. And then you'll notice that he below that said, I will put my money where my mouth is. I'm down for a 12-week internship, or about 3 months, sorry. I can count. I'm down for about a 3-month internship at Twitter for the cost of living in San Francisco. So in other words, he's not really asking for a salary as much as just enough to be able to pay for living. It's not about accumulating capital in a dead world. It's about making the world alive. So you can see that he's very much behind Elon Musk's mission. And then if you think that that's cool, then Elon said, sure, let's talk. So there's a very high likelihood that George Hotz will be working for Twitter as soon as tomorrow. Who knows? I mean, it could happen very, very rapidly. These guys don't seem to like to mess around. So it could be quite possible that George Hotz and Elon Musk will be working in the same direction on Twitter very, very quickly. And you can see how rapidly the likes are going up on all of these things. So very, very interesting, live stream as we're going. So yeah, it's I think if I were a Twitter employee, number one, I probably would have been smart enough to realize that this was coming a long time ago. As soon as Elon Musk said he wanted to buy the company, it was going to be obvious that this company was going to be operated like Tesla, like SpaceX, like Boring Company, like Neuralink, somewhat like OpenAI, even though he doesn't have a lot of day-to-day in that. But specifically Tesla and SpaceX, it's very, very intense. The people work super long hours. They burn out. It's a hard life, but the reason why people do it is because they really want to achieve this mission. They agree with what Elon Musk wants to do. And I think it's really important to look at this, to say like, okay, we're looking at building a better world through Twitter. Now, whether or not you agree with whether he can do that or not, that's a whole different thing. But his attempt is certainly to make something that will better the world. And I love the fact that George said it's not about accumulating capital in a dead world. In other words, I was actually just watching the video while I was walking my dogs. I was listening to it. Lars, Best in Tesla, was talking about the European auto manufacturers and how they, for decades, have been cheating and dragging their feet and trying not to improve the emission standards or go to EV vehicles or anything because they just care about profits. They don't actually care about harming human beings or potentially making the world a better place by doing a better job. So that's accumulating capital in a dead world. That is something that I guess will get a few people a long way in life, but it's not in the service of the planet. It's not in the service of humanity as a whole. George is saying, let's make the world alive. And Elon, I think that's a reasonable assessment of what Elon Musk is doing. I mean, if you look at this, he's working on Tesla, which is the whole idea of Tesla is to transition the world away from fossil fuels as quickly as possible to sustainable energy. Again, where Optimus comes into that, it gets a little funky. So anyway, that's a side issue. But anyways, that's what Tesla's doing. And then you've got SpaceX, which is attempting to make space travel relatively low cost and standardized and straightforward so that we can then get off the planet and have a backup copy of humanity someday, right? That's going to take hundreds of years for that to work out. But the goal is maybe by 2200 or something like that to have a colony on Mars or eventually out someplace else, that if something absolutely horrific happened to the Earth, that there would be humanity left over. So, what does he call it? Like the light of consciousness, trying to bring it to the galaxy. As far as we know, we're it. That's all we have. So you can see that Elon Musk is really trying this. And Twitter, the idea is to allow humans to discourse more rationally, more optimistically, more clearly with each other, to try to be able to talk to each other in a way that's not so siloed and so violent, and it leaves people not paying attention to each other and, kind of just believing only what the small group around them believes. So to reduce the amount of tribalism in the world, I think of most of us have a tribe, and it's relatively small, a group of people that we love, and it could be a sports team also or something. But Elon Musk is one of the rare people that I think his tribe is actually the world, and I think that's a very important aspect of him and what makes him different. And I think it's why he's working way harder than any human being should work to try to make this stuff happen. He has a very real sense that he has this much time on planet Earth, and he really, really wants to accomplish as much as any human pretty much can do in that amount of time. I don't think there's any human, first of all, because there's not been the opportunity before, because it wasn't so global in the world. But second of all, I don't think there's been another human, at least in a positive way, who's made as much difference as Elon Musk has already. And hopefully he's got another 20 good years in him of, not life, but of actual productive life to be able to keep doing this stuff. So you can see where he's going with this. I think it's amazing that he's willing to just spell it out, and he gives people 24 hours. I guess it's more than 24 hours. It was about 36 hours. You get 36 hours to decide whether you're going to work super long hours and really, really, pack it in, or whether you're going to take 3 months severance and try to go find another job someplace else. So interesting. You gotta give Elon Musk a lot of credit for doing what he does. He doesn't beat around the bush. He's he's honest almost to a fault, and he is incredibly mission driven. And it's one of those, if you're not going to get behind it and go the direction he wants, then get out of the way. That's pretty much his idea. So fortunately, George Hotz, it looks like he wants to do that. He wants to, get behind and help push this thing forward. So we'll see what he'll be able to do, since he is an outrageously good coder. So fingers crossed that he will actually be able to make a significant dent in what Twitter 2.0 needs to look like. All right, I hope everybody has a lovely afternoon. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I'd be very curious to find out. And in the meantime, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.